Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Yakubu Zallah, bringing in trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Tinubu is not T-Pain. He feels Nigerians' pain, says Ononuga. Tinubu betrayed me after I helped him become president, says Asari Dokubo. Sack more ministers, Ndume tells Tinubu. Kamala Harris faces drop in support from black men in Georgia. Now, top on what's trending, presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga says his principal, President Bola Tinubu, is not unfeeling as painted by some persons on social media. Ononuga said the president feels the pain of Nigerians and has assured them that better days are nearer than before. The presidential spokesman, who spoke to newsmen on Sunday, said his principal is not T-Pain, as mischievously nicknamed on social media. Ononuga said Tinubu has not come to inflict pain on Nigerians, but to repair the economy. And now to the reactions. Someone alleged, it's not by saying or defending him, it's by what he does and his actions. He's spending anyhow and wants Nigerians to endure. He increased the judges' salary and building housing estate for them, all because of 2027 election, and they think we were born yesterday and neglect education and health system, and even other sectors as well. The next comment is from one Mayowa Akinleye, and it says, please, can you explain to me how he feels about our pain? The day of inauguration that he's supposed to make a loving speech, he came up with the subsidy is gone, just like that. He really needs to apologize to Nigerians. And the last comment on this story is from one Mukhtar Master, and it says, I don't buy this statement. I don't buy it at all. He doesn't feel our pain at all. Now, next on what's trending, the lawmaker representing Borno South Senatorial District, Ali Ndume, has called for the sacking of more slacking ministers from President Bola Tinubu's cabinet. Ndume, in a statement on Saturday in Abuja, said some other ministers who were not performing should be sacked. The lawmaker applauded Tinubu's recent cabinet restructuring, particularly the creation of the Ministry of Regional Development to oversee all regional commissions. He said, we saw President Tinubu's cabinet reshuffle last week, which was a masterstroke. More needs to be done as some ministers are still missing in action. I'm particularly pleased about establishing the Ministry of Regional Development to oversee regional commissions. The president's decision to streamline ministries also exemplifies his commitment to reducing the cost of governance, he added. Now, responding to that, one Andre_Dauda said, are the ministers responsible for the increase in fuel that makes life worse for ordinary people? Because the president is the Minister of Petroleum. As for Band A and B, yes, they should sack the Minister of Power. Next comment is from Kayode Ibasami, and it reads, inasmuch as I support the sacking, but how sure are we that the new ministers will perform if they were not elected on merit? I think ministerial positions should be open for the best talent for the job instead of politically driven. Last comment on this story is from one Abayomi Oyinloye. Agree, performance must be matched with improvements. Now, former Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo has accused President Bola Tinubu of betraying him after working for his emergence as the Nigerian president in the 2023 elections. Dokubo, who made the accusation in a viral video on social media, claimed that he spent money canvassing for votes for Tinubu during the 2023 presidential election, only to be abandoned. He, however, vowed to form an alliance with the northern region and dump Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general elections. Dokubo recalled asking Nigerians to hold him accountable if Tinubu failed as president. And now to the reactions. One Essential_Vic wrote, why you they help another man be president? You know fit help yourself become president? Next reaction reads, this old man talks too much. Same man singing turn by turn, Najagaban turn. I wonder people still listening to him. No national interest in his dictionary, but personal interest. Last comment on this story reads, were you expecting him to trust someone who betrayed his people? Now, next on what's trending, the Delta State High Court in Warri has issued an order restraining the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board from implementing its recent policy requiring a minimum admissible age of 16 years for university admissions in the country, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed against the board. JAMB, in a statement on October 16, stated that only candidates who will be 16 years old by August 2025 will be admitted to tertiary institutions. This directive was a follow-up to the new policy that the Minister of Education introduced, which states the adoption of 18 years as a minimum age for admission into tertiary institutions. JAMB, however, made an exception for students seeking admission in the 2024-2025 session. Dissatisfied with JAMB's directive, John Yakubu Martins, a former Nigerian Bar Association chairman, Warri branch, dragged the admission board to court. Now, commenting on the story, one Semi Tayo wrote, "Good one, kindly repost until this law is abolished." Next comment reads, "Please praise this judge for standing up for the junior students." And the last comment on this story, "God bless Yakubu Martins." And the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has filed a contempt lawsuit against the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, for failing to investigate alleged electoral offenses in the 2023 general elections. The organization stated that despite a court order by Justice Obiora Egwuatu of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on 18th July 2024, INEC has failed and/or refused to implement the judgment. This was disclosed in a statement issued by SERAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, and made available to newsmen on Sunday, 27 October 2024. However, no date has been set for the hearing of the contempt suit. According to SERAP, the judge directed the nation's Electoral Commission to pursue cases of bribery against state governors and their deputies, as well as other electoral offenses committed during the 2023 general elections, and to seek the appointment of independent counsel to investigate allegations of electoral offenses, including bribery, vote buying, conspiracy, and undue influence against state governors and their deputies during the 2023 general elections, among others. SERAP warned that it was unacceptable for INEC to ignore or fail to abide by court orders, adding that Nigeria was being mocked for its recurring cases of electoral bribery and violence. Now, the first comment on this story is from one Consider, and it reads, "SERAP can't remember them winning any case yet." Next is from Mojishola. "Who is the judge that will preside on the matter? SERAP, you have good intentions that will end up being frustrated." Opeyemi_Akiniyi wrote, "You can get justice in Nigeria only if it is possible to sue the judiciary and win. Suing in Nigeria is a waste of time." Now let's go on a quick break. We'll be back in no time, so stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. And the Niger State Governor, Muhammad Bago, has said the state is targeting 1 million naira as minimum wage for the state civil servants. Bago made this known on Friday at the government house, where he announced a new minimum wage of 80,000 naira for the state workforce. The governor disclosed this after an extensive meeting with the leadership of the State Nigeria Labour Congress. The governor said, "This 80,000 naira is sustainable. We are sure that with our stride in agriculture, we can pay. We are creating civil service farms so that civil servants can be productive. With that, we are sure that we can do 1 million naira as minimum wage," he added. The governor assured that the new minimum wage would cut across the state and local government civil servants, noting that the state had already paid October's salary. And the first comment on this story says, "This guy, they try you. Now him give coppers 200,000 that time." Next reaction says, "This particular guy go really want do am, but other governors and politicians go call am, warn am, because it will be a standard that they will all have to meet, and trust me, a lot of them might not want that." Last comment on this story is from one Solomon, and it says, "Sugar-coated ideas. Let it be put into action. Since the announcement of minimum wage of 70,000, you are just finalizing your own 80,000 upon billions you guys are getting every month. Do you need civil servants farm before you can pay 1 million naira?" Our next one was trending. Bobrisky may face fresh criminal charges over claims that he served his jail term in a private apartment and allegedly bribed officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to drop money laundering charges against him. According to newsmen, a panel set up to investigate the claims recommended that he should face defamation and criminal charges. Bobrisky was released from prison on August 5, 2024, after serving a 6-month jail term for abusing the naira. A few weeks after his release, controversial social critic Martins Otse, aka VeryDarkMan, shared a voice note of a conversation purportedly between Bobrisky and another person, where the cross-dresser allegedly stated that he bribed EFCC officers with 15 million naira to drop money laundering charges against him. Bobrisky also claimed to have bribed officials of the Nigeria Correctional Service to serve his 6-month sentence in a private apartment. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, subsequently constituted an investigation panel chaired by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Magdalena Ajani, on September 30th to probe the claims. The panel, while presenting its report, said there was no evidence that Bobrisky slept outside the Kirikiri Custodial Center during his 6-month sentence. Details of the report obtained by newsmen on Friday stated that Bobrisky tarnished the image of the Correctional Service with false claims. The panel also asked the Department of State Services to investigate whether, directly or through a proxy, he bribed the EFCC or the Correctional Service. If the allegations of bribery by Bobrisky are substantiated, the panel said he should be charged with corrupt practices. And now to the reactions. One Onyinyechi_favor said, "Karma caught up with him. Bobrisky is notorious for owing people and daring them. The reason he's in this mess." Next comment is from one Ugona. "Never bite the finger that feeds you. If only he paid that guy as promised instead of daring him to do his worst. The issue of him running his mouth wouldn't have even been in play. So many lessons to be learned here." And the last comment says, "When a man turns himself to woman, not just in appearance but in character, this is what you get. Bob, how market? He thought he knows too much blabbing. He no road. See where the road you know led you." Next on what's trending, the Nigeria Police Force has condemned the unauthorized use of its official uniform by social media personality Martins Otse, popularly known as VeryDarkMan, in a recently released video. In the viral video posted on his social media platforms, Otse was seen wearing a police uniform and introducing himself as CSP VeryDarkMan and Nigeria's #1 online police officer. Reacting to the development in a statement on Saturday, police spokesman Muyiwa Adejobi said the force had launched an investigation to determine the source of the police gear used. Adejobi added that the force disassociates itself from the unauthorized portrayal of its officers in the video. Let's take a look at the video.
My name is CSP VeryDarkMan of the online division, the Nigerian #1 online police. I am not an activist, so stop calling me an activist. Unlike every other one out there, I am dedicated to sanitizing the social media space by using my platform to stand against people that abuse power, oppress us, and especially my favorite customers, the online vendors. The online vendors that collect money from customers and they will not deliver the goods or deliver whatever thing that is agreed upon. I stand up against them 100%. Therefore, standing for the victims to collect their money back and to stand against general oppression in the society. Now, this work is not easy because a lot of people are really complaining about my approach and the way I do it. They say this boy is very rude, this boy is not mannered, he's disrespectful. But the truth is, you cannot fight for Nigeria with respect. That is why I tend to be disrespectful, and I swear to God, I'm not even going to change. I will disrespect a lot of people that are very bad and are bad egg in this.
And now to the comments. One Prince_of Heart says, "I sometimes wonder if he seeks legal advice from his lawyer before putting out some content on social media." Abiola is of the opinion that this is really sad. He has played into their web. Regardless of what he stands for, this is pure impersonation for wearing a police uniform. Last comment on this story reads, "Is this a police uniform?" And now on the foreign scene, as the U.S. presidential race enters its final stretch, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris is facing a fresh problem in Georgia, a crucial swing state where support from black male voters is declining. President Joe Biden only narrowly beat Donald Trump in the state in 2020, despite receiving support from 88% of black voters. Recent surveys have Harris at around 74%, a notable drop in what is becoming one of the tightest elections in recent memory. And now someone said, in 10 days, she will make history. Whether the black people or black men like it or not, she will win, and that is final. Next comment is from Hakeem Omotayo, and it reads, we are here for you, Kamala. And the last comment on this story says, what are they supporting? Because you're black or because of your policy? And that's a wrap on the program today. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. Until next time, goodbye.